Good morning, my free folk. It's bright and early. I just woke up, so I hopped out of bed. Figured I'd take a look, see what's going on. Um, Futures are kind of muted. Nothing really going on with them. We're right before the non-farm payroll. That's about all we got. I think there's some job report also due today, but really not a lot of news. Not a lot of news going out into next week either. A couple of pieces here and there midweek, which we'll go over them on Monday, but nothing really pressing. So what we have in the news is Omicrom, and that's what's moving the market. They had some cases in New York yesterday, about 5 more cases. The cat who visited New York with it went to a convention, the convention center, to an anime convention, and that was probably packed out. So you're going to see that spread out throughout the tri-state area over there. Yeah, everybody comes in from New Jersey, Connecticut, New York, Pennsylvania, and hits that. And then you get some super geeks who do some serious traveling to go do that stuff. So that being said, we're going to see a lot of breakouts, but yeah, every report is mild symptoms, mild symptoms, mild symptoms, mild symptoms, and recovering, mild symptoms but recovered. So I mean, we're going to see this all over the place, but the human body is an incredible thing, man. You expose it to a disease, it builds its antibodies. The T cells build immunity and protect your lungs against ammonia, pneumonia, and life goes on as it has for 10 million years. So, believe in yourself, and then you can believe in the pharmaceutical companies too, because they want to make money, so they're going to come up with something. Um, I bet they're kind of upset that this isn't as bad as it could be, because there's really no need for another vaccine. Actually, 13% of the South African population that got it were vaccinated. 13%. Um, the remainder that got it were unvaccinated, and there was no serious health concerns. So it's probably more transmissible, but less severe. But I could recall Gottlieb talking about that at the beginning of the pandemic, how the more mutations they are, or the more transmissible a disease becomes, the less severe the symptoms and the sicknesses. That's a consistency. I believe I recall that. I can't. I looked for it. I couldn't find the conversation to confirm it, but I recall something like that. I recall him saying something like that. So if there's any medical personnel out there who are familiar with that, maybe you could leave a comment. So anyway, the reason we gathered here this morning is to take a quick look at the market. So we had this bounce, and a lot of times a bounce is a retracement to an oversold situation, and this was entirely oversold. But so we had 132 points from high to low, right? Oh, 90, 142 points from high to low. 142 points, man. That's good doings. So 70 points would be 50% retracement. So 560. So we're probably about the 68% retracement. You know what? Let's just put the numbers in there and see what it tells us. I'll even use that at the bottom. Just can't read. So we got about I'd say about a 68% retracement. which is a good natural Fibonacci number. So that retracement is pretty decent. But disconcerting. If we hit that 76%, I'd be more confident that this is going to continue up. That's a really nice retracement. It doesn't seem like the futures are freaking out over the additional cases. I think everybody's kind of comfortable with the idea that we're going to get more cases. Now it's a matter of how the liberals pussyfoot around this. You know, a lot of major corporations are big. Well, they're not really big liberals. So they just placate to the liberals because it's the mass population and they want to make money. So, you know, we have to worry about supply chain issues and things like that. Reopenings and people losing confidence, not wanting to go back to work, all sorts of issues. You know, you ask me, this is opportunity for AI and robotics because, hey, we need to unload trucks. Walmart is getting very aggressive with robotics. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I see them in the stores all the time now. You know, cleaning the floors, working on the shelves, things like that. So, I mean, I think that's the direction we're going to go. And we could stop bitching about the immigrants because, we need people to work. So open the borders. They work and they spend. Sounds good to me. And they open up restaurants. And I like a wide variety of food that I could eat. Okay, so anyway, on the daily, we have the momentum flattening right here. It's turning around and pushing up. So there's a good indication that we're gonna continue our move. We are opening flat. If we continue yesterday's run, then this trend line will be our resistance. We'll probably tag that, and then I don't know. That's almost 100 points. I don't really see that. But a move up into this Keltner would be cool. You can see the Keltner widening, showing the volatility. Even to break this 8-day, that's what this red line is right here at the 8-day EMA. If we can break that, close above it, that becomes a really good support. And then we could start grinding our way back up. I think we might tag the 8-day, come down and test that low again. But I'm comfortable with that low, man. We didn't even break that 500 mark, which is a big psychological area. But again, I've said it before, we've got that 44.86 with a gap, and then we have several gaps down there that are just like a magnet. And if we pick up that downward momentum again, you can bet your booty that those gaps are going to attract that market, and we'll fill those gaps before we start to march up. And we could do it. I mean, everybody's still talking about a mid month rally. You know, there's some stats that you know, Kramer works with a guy who does stats and charting, and the probabilities just favor a Christmas rally, even in bad markets, even in bad economies also. So that's the S&P. What was interesting with the S&P is this flag, this shooting star on the monthly. This was a good indication that we were going to pull that back, and I positioned myself on that. So there it is. Ignore that trend line. But here, that's a shooting star. Boom, and it triggered once it broke the low of that shooting star. So it triggered breaking the 560, and you know, there's the move. So I mean, we still have the rest of the month. I mean, the next half of the month could just pull back, and we could test these lows right here. Of oh, goodness gracious! I hope we don't do that. 278. Yeah, that'll be pretty ugly. Which, yeah, you know what, seems logical, man, because I mean, we're right back on the Keltner. We're way overbought right now as far as the monthlies go. I'd rather see it riding right back on the Keltner, or at least that 397 mark. And you know what? Let's go. Let's go back and look at what that 397 mark is on the daily. So that we got a 43, we got a 43.65 gap. So that 397 is a good target. Definitely makes you uncomfortable. I'd be a lot more happy if it wasn't behind there. And one day we're going to probably come back and tag that, but it doesn't necessarily have to be this move down. So we'll see. But I'm trying to just keep my income positions low, buying dips, and it's just a matter of if anybody's fading these rallies. So let's take a look at a few things that we like. XOM didn't really get beat up too much. Looks like it's putting in a head and shoulders on the 120. And the daily looks like it's rounded out too. It's not a bad place to buy it. The dividends are probably really handsome. I don't know if I have the dividend up here. I should put it up there. The dividend is probably close to 6%, so you might want to look at that. And Verizon, these are just high dividend paying stocks. I like them. I like them a lot. Um, um, Yeah, you know what? You could buy it here. I suspect that it's going to build a head and shoulders, an inverted head and shoulders. Let's widen this up. Um, that's what I've been looking for. It's probably going to come up and test this area right here, and then pull down and be a low right where it is right now. So this is an excellent buying opportunity. And then you hang with the trade and look for the break above the 52.22, and it should start its march up. These trend lines are kind of old and played out. It moved all the way to that pattern, to the end of that pennant. Didn't happen. And look right here. It retested that low. And you have a good divergence right here. This is an excellent buying opportunity on Verizon. Viacom. Taking a beating on this, to tell you the truth. I mean, I'm sticking with it because they're making money. I'm really not doing enough homework on it. I should do more. Looks like a little hammer. I like the company. I think I'm going to just hold off on this one a little bit. I'm going to have to look at it again before I start suggesting that we get back involved. Tesla, good trading opportunity. TBT, excellent buy right here. Interest rates are going up. Look at all these gaps you got to fill. Interest rates are going to go up. Look at that bottoming out. Looks like a trend reversal on the 120. So if you wanted to get in right before it got aggressive, you'd wait for the break at 16.29. But I'd put it away right here. A little bit of fears going into the economy. It's giving you a buying opportunity. People are jumping into bonds right now. But once things mellow out and people get accustomed to Omicrom, you're going to start seeing it bounce up. And yet, the Feds are going to start tapering, which isn't an interest rate hike. But then the next move after the tapering will be the interest rate hikes. I mean, the sucker was as high as 22 a few months ago, and the market was rocketing. Yeah, in October. There's a 19, actually. I think it was higher. Yeah, there we go. May, it was as high as 22. And the market was a lot cheaper. So yeah, goodbye. And space getting beat up. Nvidia, you know what? I think this baby's got a lot of room to go. A lot of room to go to the upside. This is a good long-term investment. I don't think they pay a dividend, but I think these guys are going to be a monster. It looks like it's building a head and shoulders now. So if you're trading Nvidia or investing in it, really, I consider trading just a daily or swing thing. Just watch that line right there. You don't want to see it break that line. Looks like it might be a bit of inverted head and shoulders. Could be right here. That would be the shoulder. So if it breaks that, fails, turns around and goes up, that means it's going to stage a really nice move. But you can see the divergence right here, the momentum fading. So you might get ready for a little pullback. You might be able to buy this thing around 285. And what else? Yeah, you know what? I wonder if anybody's really messing with AMC anymore. I'm not even clocking that kid's channel. I'd love to see how he's handling this. I might go take a peek. Looks like a bear flag. Momentum's pushing down. Watch for a break of the low. Wow, 2701. Watch for the break of the low. That'll be an aggressive move. Yeah, that's a daily. All right, cool. On the hourly, looks like a pennant. Well, really on the 30, it's kind of feeling rather pennant-ish to me. So you could play it on a break in either direction. Yeah, all these guys got trashed. See, the problem is Plug Power I like. They're good. But like the AMC concept, I mean, what is going to move that up? The market dragged it down. Now it's going to consolidate down here. What's the catalyst to get it going? Look at Hood. I know a lot of people got hurt in that. Yeah. I mean, what's the catalyst? Well, I mean, the problem with Hood is they make money on order flow. Yeah, these guys are going to have to start charging commission. That's going to change the whole concept. I mean, the business model is kind of in line with what the regulators are doing, what FINRA is doing. It used to be NASD. And when I was in the industry, there were many, many vehicles that you made money. I mean, there were huge spreads in stocks. I mean, 50 cents, 25 cents. We used to make a market in what used to be called U.S. robotics, which was one of the innovators of the modem and those forms of communication. And there was a fight between U.S. robotics and Qualcomm. Um, yeah, I think that was it. So anyway, huge company. Traded like Tesla. It wasn't that high. Like it wasn't. It was probably 50, 60 to $100 stock trading within that area. But the spreads on it were like 50 cents. And we were a market maker, and you bought it at 100 and sold it at 99.50, and the firms made the 50 cents in between. So huge avenues to make money, but slowly they started to squeeze the industry and make it more beneficial to the investor, and squeeze out these little streams of revenue. And that's why spreads are like everything trades in decimals. They used to trade in quarters, halves, eighths, three quarters, and so it's squeezed out that revenue stream. Then the internet made it more accessible to private investors, um, and then you had to disclose all your revenues streams. So we had to disclose that we got paid for order flow, for directing order flow, and that's what they're squeezing out now. They're squeezing out that payment for order flow, and that's Hood's form of revenue. So interesting. Whether you want to be in it or not. So, all right. Anyway, I babble, and I digress. So today, based on the futures, it's a who knows kind of situation today, and we will see what we will see. I have absolutely horrible internet access. Life on the hook. So yeah, and that's the problem. I'm not streaming because I'm kind of remote. But I mean, I've been streaming, but I just missed being on the hook and being remote and being off the grid. So when I'm in an area that I can stream, I will get it up and going and stream again. So hit the subscribe and hit the bell, and you'll know when I'm streaming. And hit the like because it goes a long way. Appreciate it. Any comments or anything would be great. And if there's something you want me to look at, just let me know, and I'll add it to my repertoire. And we could take a look at what's going on. So everybody be calm and cool, be smart, get in your meditation, be at peace when you trade, and good luck trading.